So what are we calling this thing? Is there what we're gonna call it? Are we gonna call it
L0R3H0Rz.
L0R3H0Rz? So this section will be what? Star Horse?
Yeah, Star Lore, Star Horse.
Star Lore.
Call this episode Lost in Foundlings.
Alright, Lost in Foundlings.
Mm-hmm. Right. So welcome.
Yeah. Hi.
To the first episode.
Yeah.
Of L0R3H0Rz.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about this stuff, and since we're all in our little boxes, and
this is what you do.
We got some free time.
Yeah. This is just what you do now.
Yeah.
There's so many people now that on social media I see who are just like, well, we talk about this a lot, so we thought we might as well just record it.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah.
And it's just like you can only watch something for so long before you just. Like other YouTubers and stuff?
Yeah, before you want to contribute something, or you're like, you want to interject with an idea.
Mm.
Yeah, it's kind of like a big conversation, right? And it's nice to sort of be formally part of it.
Mm. Yeah, because we were just talking, like, even in setting this up, we had to keep stopping from talking about it because you just waste the conversation.
Yeah. In fact, we were going to do it the last time we hung out, but... yeah, we ended up talking about it for like 2 hours and then having nothing left to really like discuss. We were kind of exhausted of
stoned
of ideas. Yeah, that too, definitely.
But no, we were just talking about how Ahsoka's lightsabers and how they would even shorten the blade.
Yeah, and I can't remember where, but somewhere, at some point in my life, I swear, I've seen them like building lightsabers, and they were fiddling with some sort of like polarity thing, and it became crazy long or wide. And then Jocasta knews that gun she pulled out of the archives that blew up in the Vader comics.
It's like a Kyber gun or something.
Yeah. I think she used her lightsaber though, didn't she?
Yeah, because it melted it.
Yeah, exactly.
Overpowered it. Because the Death Star also was a Kyber crystal. Yeah,
it's essentially like, I would think a similar technology, right?
But then why wouldn't, if you can, it must be super hard to mess around with the polarity of a lightsaber. Or people would just be like shooting off blades. You know
this is true. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, maybe there's...
It'd be like that, what was it, Gogeta? I think it was. There was some Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, there was a Goku Vegeta fusion, and he would just like have this long sword that would just like extend out so ridiculously
create an
far.
Infinitely long blade.
Yeah, it would just come through you. But a lightsaber would be like, I don't even know what that would mean.
Yeah, maybe it gets like weaker, right? Like like a flashlight, right? You only have so many lumens. I mean, obviously, it'd be a crazy amount of lumens. But, yeah, I just, I don't know. I was thinking about the tactical advantages of having that sort of a thing, too, right? Like, there's a lot of traditional styles of sword fighting or spear fighting where your weak hand is, like, shorter to account for your reaction time. And I'd never, when we were watching Clone Wars, I hadn't really taken it in much either, but it was just way more predominant in the...
Yeah, I think I noticed it back then, but not so much. I think it was because it's still just like astonishing to see her in live action.
Yeah.
So it's like taking it all in. It's I wanted to jump around because there's something different.
Yeah, no stress, man, no stress.
But it's like it's the same thing with like the finale.
Yeah.
Just get right into it, but there's the Luke thing. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
If you're here, I don't know why you're here.
I don't know, like...
It's supposed to be a thing where it was like... I almost wish they had gone with Sebastian Stan. Because the video game face kind of took me a bit out of it. Like, it looked like the head wasn't on the body, kind of. Especially when the hood came off, it was like...
Yeah,
like nothing was moving in the face.
Yeah, it was a little bizarre. I saw a few people do like deepfake videos with the sort of interim
Luke.
Luke.
They do it better?
Like the Empire and the Jedi Luke. Yeah, and it looked way better.
Right?
Not as Disney, right? Because like Mark Hamill, no offense, man, handsome lad, but like you know, like
Well, he kind of did look like Sebastian Stan a little bit.
Yeah, that's
That
what I'm
was the
saying.
thing.
I kind of got the sense that maybe they were trying to do like a half, like a bridge.
Like, I understand they're trying to give Mark Hamill his due and stuff like that. They're trying to give him what he should have had in the trilogy. But it's also like, it was rough. Like, and it's like, this better
It
not
looked like
set.
Battlefront 2. Can I say
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
It
straight
was
up.
like Battlefront 2. Like, really.
Like, this, like, not hate, like, I love the episode. I love everything they did. Like, great choices. It's just like, I hope this doesn't set a precedent.
Yeah,
Moving
like
forward, that now we're just gonna keep getting these. It's what Disney was doing with, like, when they're calling the Lion King CGI and stuff like that. They're blurring the lines between, because a human face will never totally look real to us if it's fake, because we've seen them so much.
Mm.
It's like yeah, you show me a fake monster, a fake alien, whatever the fuck, because I've never seen one.
Yeah.
So my only reference is something not real, but a human face, I've seen those my entire life.
Yeah, it's really hard to get out of that uncanny valley, right?
Yeah.
Some of those deepfakes are pretty damn effective. Better than some of the Disney stuff I've seen. Again, no offense, but
you can even feel with, like, the whole, like, just him having his hood up the whole time. You're like, okay, so he's like this hooded guy this whole time. Cool. Like, it was amazing to see him and all. Like, I watched the different videos people did of all the different formations he was using, like Anakin's and everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also like, it was just a hooded figure doing it at the same time. You know what I mean? And even when he took off his face, he wasn't, like, emoting or anything. Like,
that was the thing I thought that was the most glaring. It wasn't so much like, you know, because Grand Moff Tarkin didn't look that good. Like, the Leia CGI was not amazing.
He wasn't nice. He was still a dick. That was the thing. It was like, okay, this Luke was cool and all, but he still seemed like that old dick that we had in Last Jedi and everything, where it was like, he didn't really talk to anyone. He just was just like, he didn't even look at anyone, really.
Yeah, because, like, this is what's supposed to be, like, 7 years after Jedi?
Yeah.
So, I mean, when's the Academy happen, right? Like,
well, I think it's happening now, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but you think he'd be a lot nicer to everyone, right? Like, he'd be like, I'm Luke Skywalker.
I'm here to help.
Yeah.
Right? That would have been a little cheesy.
An
but,
Admiral of the Rebellion or whatever, right? Like, whatever he is.
Yeah.
Grand General or...
Yeah. I don't know. I found some parts of the portrayal, like, sweet, but it was, like, really subtle and dry. It's like, you know those friends you have that, like, you get to know them better, and then you're like, oh, they're just really low affect, but they're having a good time.
I'm one of those, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't going to call you out. But, like, yeah. I can be like that sometimes, too. I'm very, like, up and down, but, yeah, it was, like, that kind of a thing. Like, he didn't seem maliceful, but he wasn't about, like, explaining anything.
He didn't seem like he was there at all. He's like,
I just stopped by on my way for a pizza.
Like, yeah, he's literally not like, where did this guy come from? How did you come?
Yeah, you called me, right?
Yeah,
It was you, yeah?
He wasn't like, you're probably wondering how I found you. Like, he's not...
No, just nothing. He's just like, he shows up.
It's like, is he that on high
I think he
of
says,
himself?
like, yes. There's like, are you a Jedi? And he I think he says...
It's like, motherfucker, you're the Jedi. Like,
yeah. Yeah, like you're not going to give any sort of, I mean, I guess if Jedi are still being hunted, like he might be being kind of careful, you know, but...
I don't think they're still being hunted.
No.
No, that was
They're just really rare.
Yeah, they were hunted, that's why there's not a lot of them.
No, like, and I get that, and that's sort of the point of Jedi at the end, but there's still like factions, like it's not as though, you know, Thrawn is like, yeah, Jedi, come over, come hang out.
Yeah, I guess
you can be part of our team, or we'll just let you exist. I don't know. I kind of get the sense that these sort of fractions.
Thrawn respects the Jedi, though.
Respect is not the same thing as not killing them.
I think it would depend on the situation, because Thrawn's not about just like mercilessly killing people.
No, this is very true. This is very true. He has a lot of reverence for culture, and he's very tactical.
And his people have like, are they in touch with the Force?
Are they Force sensitive?
Yeah,
his species?
They have I think they have some kind of like Force sensitive seers or something called Skywalkers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd never heard that before.
Oh, well, you should it's the comic. There's a comic book where Anakin and Thrawn meet.
Oh, really?
During the Clone Wars, and they go on a mission together, and then later on, Vader and Thrawn go on a mission to that same planet, and like Thrawn knows that Vader's Anakin.
Yeah.
Like the whole time he's like trying to dropping subtle hints to Vader, and then
That he knows.
Vader just gets so pissed that he's just like, all right, well, I guess I'll never do that again. And
Yeah.
Thrawn just like lets
It's like
it go.
it's like a bad cocktail party where someone's trying to.
But he knows he's
all night.
Anakin. He's like the one person who just figured it out.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I used to be Daniel. Okay, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Sarah now. Just leave it be, dude. It's 20 years ago.
But I don't think the Jedi are hunted so much as you can't hunt someone when you're trying to just keep your house in order, which is what the Empire is doing, right?
That's fair.
With just Thrawn and whatever other leaders they had, like Moff, Gideon.
Yeah, but I guess I thought since Gideon and all of this, like, I guess now we know Palpatine led sort of genetic experimentation, mutations,
and they got
and
the
stuff.
blood. He said, we got what we needed.
But is that all they need? They're not going to keep searching for more? Like, I would think, given how rare Force-sensitive clones are, I would think that the prudent thing, if you're a Sith and you're very much about results, you would want as much of that blood and as many research facilities as you could manage to keep, like, relatively secure and, like, unknown to others, right? Because, I mean, right now, Gideon's just flying around in a starship that's just, like, basically a laboratory.
But the thing, too, is, like, we're, like, they might have found someone else. That's the thing, too, right?
It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, it might not have necessarily been, because they did say he had a high concentration of M count. Are we gonna use the M word on this program? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, I saw episode 1 first day in theaters, so it's gospel for me.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Anything that came out of Qui-Gon's mouth is gospel.
That's fair. I'll give you that one, man. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Having been born a few years earlier, like, the Star Wars trilogy was on television all the time.
Well,
Babysitter was
I watched the trilogy
Star Wars
first, but it was different because
just.
I was Anakin's age.
Oh, right on.
Like, and then I grew like this. I have like I did a whole episode thing about it in my podcast once where I talk about like when I first watched Star Wars when I was like 4 or 5, like by myself in like this foster home or whatever. It was the experience of this boy trying to find his father and like this whole mission of figuring out who he was, and like I was like, I don't know, I was super young, but I was catching all the themes of the movie, and I was like on this journey because I watched the whole. They had one of those, and I watched the whole thing, and I remember at the end, like, just how proud I was of like that he got his father, and his father actually came back, and all this stuff. And then like 4 or 5 years later, whenever it was, the next ones came out, and I was like so stoked for them. And then it turns out I then grew up with the father I saw, so it gave me this weird understanding of life of like, you never know how someone got to where they were. You know what I mean? Like all this weird stuff. And then, yeah, so I just grew up with Anakin and Darth Vader, just watching all the movies, because it literally came out like just before the 2000s. He was a kid, then the time jumps were so much that it kind of lined up pretty well. Except for maybe the last one when he was like near 30.
Yeah.
But...
yeah, but I mean, was he really? Like, I know he was, but... All right, and we're back. Welcome to Lore Whores. Anyhow, you were saying something about... we're doing the Darth Vader...
I was saying, stop recording. And then now with Mando, it's this whole other thing where I'm having to help take care of my nephew with my mom. And it's like this whole other... foundling experience, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like
instead of having youngling, so you got foundlings, right?
Yeah, and it was like that ending scene was so.
All right, little Grogu.
Like I was watching
perched on Luke's shoulder.
Yeah, well, I was watching Star Wars Theory, and he was like losing over Luke, and I was like, yeah, it's. But then I lost it over him saying bye to Grogu and then removing the helmet. I was just like, no.
Yeah, that was a big moment.
And I did say that he was going to lose him at the end.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's more compelling that way, right? It's
it's sad, but
it's not Turner and Hooch like it's.
Where else did we go with this before we cut out?
I think I made some sort of a cute joke about your nephew kind of looking a bit like Grogu. You know, with a little bit more hair on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less ears.
You guys missed a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Like, you know, so frustrating. So frustrating. But anyhow.
Oh, yeah, because I was, I wanted to get my notes, because I was, like, writing notes, reacting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's, like... That's what I was talking about, the whole, like, nerfing the writing, the way they do, and kind of this, the way they stack the odds, then they stack them so high, but they've already made the characters so amazing and unbeatable that they have to just do these ridiculous rigmaroles to, like the spider thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, the whole time I'm like, I just knew, I was like, there's no way out, like, when are those guys going to come back and save them? That's the only thing, like...
that's why you got introduced to them at the start, right?
But then the odds get so stacked that it's just like, every time it's like, alright, when's the howling of the ship going to come in over their shoulder and just... You know? It was just like...
There's so many moments like that, right?
But then it's like, were they just building it all up for them to have this, like, slow roll of Luke doing it, where you're just like monster dubstep starts rolling in as all the dark troopers just come back.
Yeah, that moment. So yeah, I really wish they just let them have to deal with those shitty odds, like at least a couple of times, right? Like, you know, it'd be so great if not necessarily like Luke's X-wing, but yeah, if some sort of like a Corellian, like a different model Corellian freighter with a previously established person came back to save them, and then just like, no man, sorry, that thing that we just built up, yeah, you're actually gonna have to do it. Plus, your friends just died.
They have to do that. Like, yeah, that's definitely gonna be one of the things where it's like, no. Maybe with Thrawn or something.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be a perfect time to subvert that, right? Because he's like, yeah, he's such a like very hard to match tactician.
Were we talking about him?
Everything. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit.
Was that after or before?
I remember we were talking about Mando removing his helmet and how logical it was that the...
Oh, yeah. Was that after?
I don't know. Let's just go for it. You can edit it out, or you guys can listen to it a second time. Maybe the second revision will be cleaner. Don't know. You know, it's kind of a more complete thought with less... yeah.
But that was...
It's like that, but with your face. We'll live to cuck again.
Yeah, all right. Helmet. I don't...
Man, I don't even know anymore.
Like I barely knew last time.
All right.
But
so to catch up a second time, this is third revision, second technical issue. So we're just gonna plot on. Yeah. We're learning. Feel free to laugh with us, scream with us, punch holes in walls with us.
Basically, I don't know where the fuck we're at. Damn it!
All right, why don't so we were talking about Thrawn. Let's talk about Thrawn, the master strategist, being a good point. Maybe to subvert that that sort of trope writing that you.
But it's just it's happening so much. All this nerfing and sweaty writing and just building up the characters way too high just to have them be met with just ridiculous circumstances.
Insurmountable odds, yeah. And then be bailed out at the last minute.
Or even like whatever. Cool. Four women can run through a platoon of stormtroopers like anyone else. It was just to try and make a fight scene in Star Wars as cool as a Jedi fight scene is just like watching Fennec just do her flips and kicks. All this useless stuff to then just shoot people. Like, you know, like, just made me so tired.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's there's definitely a distinction between the capabilities of the Jedi and the Mandalorians. But again, like...
Fennec isn't a Mandalorian.
No?
No. She's just some random, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we're talking about the...
Fennec Shan?
Oh, okay, the assassin. Sorry, we were talking earlier about Bo-Katan's partner person.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe that's what you were talking about. I wasn't...
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. The sidekick who...
Calls out Boba as a sidekick?
The sidekick who calls out a sidekick. Like, it was the most ironic thing, her being like, oh, I didn't know sidekicks could speak. So not knowing that, she then could now speak because she knows that they can't. It was this whole thing of her being like...
Yeah, it was like meta, but like not...
Well, it was like,
the best.
Don't worry about the vase.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of thing. Just like... And, like, I don't know. The way she just easily was able to kick Boba's ass after we saw him just unleash. Like, it's just every scene gets written to whoever they want to look cool. And it's like, so the power is so inconsistent between everyone. It's like, no, you suck right now because it's her moment. So you just be shitty now, but you'll be good again in a bit.
Yeah, maybe even defeat her easily later.
Yeah, but...
And it's just, like... I do think that it makes sense that both her and Bo-Katan are capable and could potentially be at the same level as Boba Fett. I mean, we've had a lifetime of...
Yeah, because they've also done, like... A lot of Mandalorian combat is, like, sneaky. Or, like, finding a way of...
It's like trickery, subversion, technological advance, Yeah.
Stuff like that, so it's
like Boba's
knee
shotgun.
Did she fucked up? Like, did you see her standing at the end of the episode, Bo? Because she got shot a lot.
Yeah, I think she was standing.
I don't know. My second watch through, like, I don't know how Beskar protected. Like, does she have Beskar lined clothing on?
Why did some of the laser?
It was all over her. Her armor is a full body.
This is true.
Like, it's...
But you could say the same thing. Like, how many times has Mando rushed into, like, 15 stormtroopers?
They make a point to do the tings.
No, I didn't... Yeah, I didn't catch that scene, man, so I can't speak to that one.
It was at the end when Moff Gideon shoots her. And then tries to kill himself.
Oh, yeah, and then he gets the gun bashed out.
I didn't know energy weapons could jam.
I don't know. I think anything with a mechanical component could potentially.
What's mechanical about an energy ray?
Hey man, how many times have you heard the?
I don't know.
Anytime you hear the,
what is that doing?
What is it doing?
There's no cartridge.
No.
There's no bullet casing.
That's a valid point.
Like, I just don't understand how it got jammed. It's energy. Like,
no, that's a valid point. But
then it would burn anything that would jam it.
If it's energy, if we've decided that it's energy in the sense that we understand, like
I guess electricity
like
does
technology,
get jammed, right? Electric wires do get jammed.
But if you look at the design of the weapon, it has those two like mag cartridges under it too, right?
Yeah, why?
Like an automatic weapon that has like rounds of ammo, like a Tommy gun.
I need to see the insides of these guns. I don't understand.
Yeah.
What is that? A bunch of little kyber crystals that are being like? What's?
I mean, it's possible that they could have a certain like.
It was just such a weird scene for her.
What if they had little supercharged
in a
cells?
hallway and her just be like, it felt so improv or something. Like, my gun is jammed, and it seemed like everyone else was like, "What are you talking about?"
I wonder if that's like
It's just a thing for Cara Dune to bring out her wrestling moves.
Yeah, probably. But is there any other reference to that you can think of? Like,
I've never.
It might be dragging another sci-fi series, or like maybe there's a moment in some moment of lore that we cannot recall.
I don't know, but there's a point, like literally in my notes, right? See let me see. I liked when the one stormtrooper fell through the space shield and he was just like bloop.
Oh, I love that sound. I was like, that's the happiest merge of old like OG Star Wars and new edition Star Wars is that bloop.
He was just like bloop.
Yeah.
Dr. Kirshen got to say it's possible. Like the famous line, you know?
Yeah.
But it was like, right here, right after the Dark Trooper part, I was literally like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, the light just went down.
Yeah. And then see where gloating gets you?
Yeah.
And then when it all turned and that fight, because when he was like giving him back, I was just like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Like, this is whack. Why is this? And then, yeah, they got into the fight. And then, literally, as soon as he defeated him, I wrote it. I was like, yes, King dead!
Nice.
Subverted bitches. And I was like, they literally gave us everything we hoped it wouldn't be, and then gave us everything we wanted. Mm-hmm. Plus, fake Luke.
Fake Luke. Yeah, or like Bridge Luke. We could maybe call him Bridge Luke. Look. He does look a lot like
it was like, what was it?
Does look a lot like the character who's going to be portraying him in the future.
Mm-hmm. And it was cool how we sensed him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dark saber, it's like
they've been doing a lot of foreshortening, man. Or foreshortening.
What is this?
What's the
word?
What
is this? Ahsoka's lightsaber?
No. Yeah. We're back at that one again. No, they do a lot of foreshadowing for those moments. Frankly, looking back today, I watched the last 4 episodes, and there's a lot of moments, like the moment when the Razor Crest gets destroyed. Yeah. And Din walks into the rubble, and he's pulling out stuff, and he finds the spear. The like shot of him and the angle looks so much like those Mandalorian sculptures, the big statues.
And you could just see that, the way Boba.
Yeah, just like the reverence and the look. Now, I guess he could have been thinking too about like, oh shit, I'm still gonna owe this dude because I said I'd take care of his kid, and his kid's gone.
Makes no sense after he already says he has allegiances to no one.
Yeah, but I think there's a difference between allegiances and debts. I don't think having holding to your word,
honestly,
honoring your word is the same thing as being aligned with a philosophy.
Him doing that though,
outside of
him doing that felt like when someone is acting like they're really busy, but they really don't have anything else to do, and they're like, you know what, I'll like come with you just for like the ride. Like I have other stuff to do, but like I'm bored. It's like it was like one of those weird fucking. I don't know. It was, but I get it. I guess. No, I don't, because it was like, what was it for? Because is the Mandalorian now about the culture of Mandalorians? Like, is it? Title,
maybe it always was.
Is the title of The Mandalorian about the actual race of it all?
The race of Mandalorians?
Yeah.
The race of Mandalore?
Yeah.
I would make the argument that it is, right? Like, we kind of assumed that the protagonist was
Well, do you think the Book of Boba is going to be season 3 and 4 or something like that, or is it going to be its own show?
Yeah, I was really wondering about that. I mean...
So I think it would be smarter for them if it was now this.
Because they definitively said that he was getting his own show, not that it was going to be like a split narrative or anything like that. Yeah, it just came out recently. I think he gets his own show. Oh, pretty sure. Yeah.
So because that's going to be the show George Lucas always wanted to make.
Because he was supposed to be the original.
Well, no, that's the original show idea he had back in the early 2000s. They were going to make a live action scum and villainy show about the underworld.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that. I was more talking about
that was the first ever live action plan for Star Wars, but they just never.
He's always had a super big thing for Boba, though, right? Because I mean, that was supposed to be the true villain and the true with Luke Skywalker. It was supposed to be him and Boba Fett. That's how it was written originally in the script.
Like he was going to be Vader's number one.
No, it was like there was a rivalry between the two of them at the very least. In Empire, but where did I read that? His original script treatment was like way more heavy on the Boba Fett versus the Jedi. It was like Mandalorians versus Jedis, Luke versus Boba, more so. Because he wrote the original trilogy as like a series of trilogies, apparently, right? Like he wrote the originals, but then he also wrote the after and the 4.
The original was like way different. When Anakin was already like Darth, like half robot or whatever. Like there's a way more convoluted, different story. But Anakin, he was already half cyborg and shit in the original one, or one of the original ones. I don't know. There's been so many, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and tons of script treatments and things too.
But do you think there's going to be Beskar swords? Like, why does no one have a Beskar sword?
It's a good question.
Like, why?
Yeah, even like they have vibroblades, right?
Well, why not have a
Beskar knife?
It would be sick. Well, they could just fight Jedi.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see a Beskar sword.
Probably not fast enough. Spears have a unique a talent. They're good for particular aspects of sword defense and attack, because you have to parry a lot, whereas the other person's just kind of doing all this pokey stuff, right? Whereas like if you were carrying I don't know what the metric weight, like the Newtonian weight of Beskar is,
But I would look like very much.
But no, it seems like it's fairly light. But if you like any metal alloy sword versus light on a handle.
Was Beskar always?
I know it's supposed to have heft, but
lightsaber resistant.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure pure Beskar at least.
Yeah, because trust me, I know they made a very big point of it. Saying
I know it's all.
The exposition was just too. I hate that kind of exposition when they're like, "Oh, what's that story fact we're gonna need to know for later?"
Everything the Mando is wearing is made of pure Beskar.
Yeah, they're like, the Mando can't be touched by the darksaber. You're like, okay.
I just aim at the joints.
Yeah. I loved Bo-Katan's face at the end.
Yeah.
Because, I knew, as soon as he defeated him, I just knew, I'm like, this is going to be so interesting to see what happens next.
She can't take it as a gift again. She's like, she was the leader when it went down.
Moff Gideon, though, his laugh, he's just like...
He's like, one of you is going to fucking die. One of you
Well, one of them has to now.
Yeah.
Or,
like I said, she could be a... Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
I think that he's a much better... Like, if you think about it in the tradition of modern worldwide political attempt at running for president, or even just the way they they sort of media train and shape the royal family, for example. Bo-Katan is on the outs, man. She's like the Hillary Clinton figure.
Yeah, she's the one who's just trying to grasp her power.
Yeah, she's she's affiliated with a former great leader who's revered. Then she had her opportunity and squandered it. Hi, Hillary.
Just make sure we're still going.
Yeah, and and I don't think she makes a good candidate, especially if she you defeated another random Mandalorian who actually got it back.
Well, yeah, it's just old and tired, right?
Yeah, I just I wouldn't think that all of Mandalore dispersed throughout the galaxy would be like, yeah, let's all come back for a final assault because the lady who lost it,
the children of the Watch, we should, are the ones who were meant to rule.
Maybe. Yeah, you
no, not maybe. That's what it is.
He's
a child of the Watch.
No, he's a child of the Watch. But when you say meant to, I think more about destiny than I think about
Well, no,
what's going to happen.
That's what that's their right now. What's that priestess going to think of this now?
Well, I mean, ultimately he gets to decide, though, right? He doesn't necessarily have to be like, yes, all of the vindictive bullshit of the Watch and all the draconian stuff. Let's do that.
No, but it's...
Though he might make everyone wear their helmets forever. That would suck.
I don't know about that anymore.
No.
Unless you do it the way.
Yeah, but he's the king now. He doesn't have to be consistent. But no, this is actually... Now that I got to that point, there was something actually that occurred to me. He is sort of the typical ideal ruler personified. He's like...
It's the Jon Snow thing, straight up.
Yeah. It's a reluctant ruler.
You don't take the king, you don't want to lead, you lead when it's wanted.
Yeah, you don't want a leader who's seeking power to rule.
Yeah, which is why our democracy is broken.
Yeah, but you need a reluctant ruler who cares about the creeds and values of the culture and society that they're, sort of shepherding. And we've seen how he is with his word. We've seen how he is with his sort of perspective on their culture, and also what it means to swear that you'll do something.
What we're talking about is this condensed character type, but how does that character type last when it's spread thin? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How will he will he be able to handle? Because he's been alone his whole life. Will he be able to handle like all of that. You know what I mean? Will he want to handle?
Yeah, because he doesn't seem to be. That's the thing.
But the same with like with Boba. It's like I don't think Boba would want to fucking lead. Well, he couldn't eat either because they're just like, you're not a Mandalorian.
Yeah, you're a clone.
Love that part. Love that part.
Oh, it's a source.
I've heard that voice 1,000 times. He's like, you want this to be the last time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking no shit.
No, that was a really good moment for him.
But it's a huge cliffhanger to leave us on.
For sure, yeah, like, for sure it is.
They literally set up this crazy, because everyone who knows anything about the history of the Darksaber or Mandalore is, as soon as they saw him take Gideon down, we're just like, we're all
we're all thinking about it,
on the fucking.
It's right there.
Grill,
and that's precisely the reason why none of them should rule.
Yeah.
Right, Bo? Like, maybe she could make a good general.
Well, it's literally Game of Thrones. This is what this is.
Yeah.
Like, we're going straight down the Game of Thrones road with this. Especially if more people... Like, what's going to happen? He's just going to start having challengers come?
Could be, yeah. It could be, like, what's that, Afro Samurai? Is that the one?
I think so. Also,
No More Heroes, I think, does one of those things. But, yeah, whoever owns the, like, number one position, and then all the other fighters come.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, and yeah, with no sort of security establishment or like a home base of operations or anything to protect him from anyone trying to take it. But yeah, that's my case for it, man. I think his archetype is the best to lead. You got like a tarnished former ruler who, like, I mean, I don't see the other Mandalorians taking her seriously, even if she gets the Darksaber back. It'd have to be one hell of a speech.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so like, oh yeah, let's take it back. We're all gonna you need like a new figure. You need like, you need like an Obama, like a
desperation
Hope,
too, right? Like,
and then just like ignore the fact that half of his cabinet was just like Wall Street run, like that kind of a thing, right? You're just like the Death Watch is, don't worry about them. They're not gonna kill your grandfather.
She's too desperate for it, and it's like
Yeah, it's ugly. I think it's like I'm sure in her mind it's necessary, and like who else is going to do it?
How could she not find?
But now there's somebody. What's that?
Like, how could she went out through all that, stole that ship, and still didn't know where Moff Gideon was? Like,
maybe sometimes when people over specialize, they breed in weakness, right? Mandalorians that only associate largely with other Mandalorians are not going to know that much about like the ins and outs of Imperial starships or security protocols for.
Why did they just bring Mayfield to her ship?
That's a good point. That I wasn't thinking about. I thought you were asking like why hadn't she already done it way before all this happened?
No, I'm just saying like why was she sitting there helpless, being like, "Do you know where he is? Maybe if you freaking knew where he was, I'd help you." And he's like, "Oh, I do." And she's like.
But that's what I'm saying, is that maybe she's not the type of person who would have those kind of contacts.
She's someone who's born into privilege. She's someone who
she's a Mandalorian elitist.
She was born to get stuff, so she expects stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she just was expecting it all to happen, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I personally think that she wouldn't have connections to the hive of scum and villainy that. Say someone like Boba Fett or, in this case, I guess, who was it who actually pointed out that Mayfield, well, I guess they all know because they've all done jobs with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you have former assassins, former bounty hunters, It's
also, you gotta think about it, like a lot of people turn to scum and villainy in worlds and times when they're not able to go the normal route.
Yeah.
So in a world where the bad guys and evil are in control, everyone has to turn to scum and villainy to make it through. So maybe a lot of the scum and villainy now are people... Because I always have this intrigue or fascination with... I've never been able to tell if I'm a villain who's trying to be a hero, or if I'm a hero who thinks he's a villain. You're stuck somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just what a lot of these people are. It's just so. It's because that's always what happens. It seems to be a running trope, especially in like Disney Star Wars with like Battlefront 2 and stuff, where it's always like you're always seeing some person on the Empire side be brought back over to the Rebellion, which in our real world is called what is it? ISIS recruiting, I think. Anyways.
Yeah, or the American military showing up at all schools nationwide. Canadian too. I mean, like let's I think.
No, I'm talking the Rebellion.
Oh yeah,
specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. It might have gotten cut, but I did make a reference to how the Death Star attack was basically like 9/11.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't make the cut?
I don't know.
Oh, thank God. Whichever one you guys believe in, whichever one. But I'm very thankful that didn't make the cut.
But anyways, it's like, so we had the end credit scene with Boba, and if that's going to be his own show, which I guess, but I thought it would have been really sick if it would just been a continuation. Like, it's like, we literally just had a book of chapters, so why, like, it's like Avatar. They're like, whoever's doing Star Wars watches the Avatar. They've been doing it since the last Rise of Skywalker.
Did Filoni have anything to... What do I feel like he might have?
What? With Avatar?
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know, but like the whole Rey thing at the end was straight plucked out of Avatar. Like, that was straight up.
Yeah, tell me more about it. How do you mean? Can you elaborate?
The Rey thing, when how they're like, all of the Jedi that have come before you now living. That's literally from the Avatar, where it's all avatars that came before you.
Yeah, he did. He worked on The Last Airbender.
He did.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I was certain of that. Yeah.
What would he do?
Hold on. I think he Dave Filoni's American. He worked on Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's non-specific in this moment. Hold on. What do you do? I mean, he's a film director, a writer, and an animator. So, yeah. Hold on. Hold on. I'm sure you guys know this, but
But he didn't work on Rise of Skywalker.
No.
I don't think so.
He's credited with directing 9 episodes of Avatar. Also worked as a character designer and storyboard artist on the series.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
God, of course he did. It's an amazing piece of storytelling.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was sure.
And it followed the book suit, so it only makes sense that it would be Boba. Like,
well, and see, yeah, that's because I remember him mentioning that when he was talking about the first time Lucas contacted him, and he didn't believe that it was really him.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, he's just like, what? I've only done like some of the greatest animated films and TV shows over the last 7 years. Why would George Lucas ever want to talk to me about an animated Star Wars program? Yeah, and I just remember when they were talking about the credits, that was like one of his biggest claims to fame.
Wasn't Avatar after Star Wars?
After Clone Wars?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
What?
I'm almost entirely certain he was talking about he just wrapped Avatar, and then he got these contacts, or maybe he was working on Avatar and he got that contact.
Well, that's dope. I'm not gonna lie, but that makes sense then. If it's like, why else would this be like this could have been the Book of Jaren?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or something like that, and then it also gives us enough space away from Din for him to go and do a bunch of shit, and then maybe we come back or something later. But it's just like, why do they call it the book? Why are these all called chapters? What are we doing?
It's I don't know if it's the Star Wars format or it's just the overall feel of The Mandalorian. I mean, they. I personally feel like, and I know I've heard the sentiment mentioned before, that. Yeah, I really felt like The Mandalorian from a sound perspective, like, helped redefine Star Wars.
You mean Ludwig Göransson?
Yeah, primarily, yeah. Like, even that was one of the things I was going to get into when I was talking about them foreshadowing Luke as his trainee. There's things in, like, I could be projecting, but there are 2 specific instances outside of the.
I grabbed my phone for your notes.
Right, because we were texting about it earlier today. Yeah, I'm just really, really impressed by the sound direction. Obviously, Star Wars has so many transitions directly tied to specific emotions or even characters, right?
Yeah.
and I just, also it's been heralded the Mandalorian as being sort of like the new sound of Star Wars.
Oh, right? For sure. Like especially if you watch the Gallery episode with Ludwig Göransson, the kid's like a genius. Like, it's insane. He just like locked himself in a room for a month and just like
came out with that.
Well, the first thing he said he did was ordered a bunch of different recorders. Like, that's what that sound is. That it's just a recorder.
Just these big wind instruments.
Yeah, fancy and just even like the introduction of dubstep for the
the Dark Troopers. Yeah, and that's they kept weaving that into that episode too. You'd hear it in the background and different things, or in lower forms.
That's they're definitely and they're using like it was with when you want to talk about the Luke thing, right? Yeah. Like there's a lot of stuff that I feel like really foreshadows Luke as being Grogu's master. And there's the Anakin stuff we were talking about before, the Skywalker, the blue butterflies that appear when he's meditating on the stone. The blue butterflies are like the Force Patronus, if you will, of the Skywalker lineage. Because in my mind, I can't tell if it's a totem, like a physical embodiment of the Force itself, the good side of the Force.
Like Kanan, maybe, appearing as a wolf, right?
Yeah, that was the thing too, right? And then the Loth cats with Ezra.
Yeah, and even the owl with Ahsoka.
Yeah, well, that's different.
Yeah, a little different.
That's way different.
Okay, all right, yeah.
That's the daughter.
Yeah,
it's the daughter, but no, it's either like, is it their representation of the Force, or them within the Force, like in Harry Potter when they have the Patronus or whatever it is, where everyone has their own little light animal spell thing, or if it's actually just like the light side of the Force representing itself in some kind of form too.
So like it manifests to everyone as blue butterflies.
Yeah, before people were really starting to, because Qui-Gon was the first person to ever become a Force ghost. He was the only person, like the first Jedi to discover it or whatever. So maybe before there's a lot of Force ghosts walking around to pull people to, the light side of the Force or whatever, maybe these are the missionaries that are sent out because because Vader saw them in a meditation and he killed them.
Yeah, and then Ben Solo also, like they've that's my case for it, is that both Anakin and Ben saw them, and now Grogu's seeing them.
Is that canon?
The comics are.
No, that thing.
Which thing?
The thing that Ben Solo was in.
It's been so, like, I don't think it was Legends, was it? I thought it was post Disney.
It was a little cartoon that it happened in.
Oh, valid point. Yeah.
It was a little squishy, cute cartoon.
That's a really good fucking point.
I don't think he had arms.
Yeah. All right. Fair. So then, exclusively, we've only seen them with Anakin. Then, definitively in the known universe, right?
Well, that was in a dream. He was meditating.
Yeah.
So we've only seen them with Grogu. That I know.
In the physical world.
Yes, unless we saw them in the game. Like, I'm trying to remember it in Jedi Fallen Order if they were just like anywhere around the stones at all, because they might have been, but I can't. I don't know if I'm just creating the memory now in my head.
Yeah, I guess like
after seeing Luke's face, I feel like I can create anything.
Yeah, right. It's like, honestly, deepfakes were better. Deepfakes were better. How many times do random assholes on the internet need to tell you guys, a deepfake I can do myself with a PC. It doesn't cost me anything. How many millions of dollars did you spend disappointing us?
Like, what are they trying to build?
I love you guys, but seriously, like...
What is this weird thing they're trying to build that's, like, not really real? Like, is this... Like, what is it? What is this for? It's like Disney trying to recreate human beings? Like, what is it? Like, I don't...
there's a lot of that in media. Like, I remember when Tupac was like, hologrammed.
Is Sebastian Stan...
In my mind.
Gonna be Luke Skywalker, and did they purposely make it go, because it was kind of like half and half.
It looked like a bridge. Yeah, it looked kind of like a bridge. So maybe that's the thing. But
doesn't
even
make
then,
why do it? Doesn't make any sense. It just. Did you ever watch Spartacus?
Yeah.
Man, original Spartacus. Season 1.
Oh, that. I thought you meant Charlton Heston. Yeah, I've seen those too. I've seen those also.
But like, if you haven't seen Spartacus,
original Spartacus,
the TV show, the movie's amazing too. I have it.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. But the show, it's like the guy who plays Spartacus in season 1 was so fucking amazing that when season 2 came and they had a completely different actor playing him, who was like he looked like a cheap knockoff of the original guy. It was like so. And the whole story was. Are we still rolling? Yeah, if you guys are unaware, Spartacus, this TV series, this guy like landed the role of Spartacus. It was like his dream role basically, and he was like perfect for it. So it was like the dream actor for it, and he got some kind of cancer. That's why they switched the actor.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Oh really? Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I just assumed he was.
I'm pretty sure the show also took like a huge hiatus to try and like wait for him, but then he just like he died.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he literally got like his dream job, and then fucking died.
Well, I mean, at least they didn't retcon him into non-existence.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, it might have kind of worked with Paul Walker, but
yeah,
I don't know about Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, or Anakin Skywalker.
Sorry,
man, I can't. I just like that's the main reason. At the end of Jedi, right? In the that's what's that and the scene I was talking about with the singing.
We get to
Jabba's palace.
If you get to pick how your ghost looks when you die, you're gonna be young and sexy.
Yeah, but then why?
And technically, that's Anakin Skywalker.
Then why didn't any of the rest of them look like that? And also, I would make the point that Anakin Skywalker also existed in the last minutes of his life. You don't think so?
No, because his body wasn't back. He can never exist again because he can never have everything. Because he actually lost so much of his power. Because back to midichlorians.
His M count was high, but his M volume was low.
Well, yeah, it was all
didn't
jacked
have appendages.
Yeah. So he actually couldn't have as much.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's the thing. If
he's actually reaching out to the Force with like his shoulder.
Well, if anyone, that's the thing too. Is like if anyone were to go to the dark side and sacrifice themselves, they would become who they were back on the light side. Because why? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah,
but I guess I don't know. I just feel like if you are who you want to be,
like, I think that's what originally it was always meant to be. But they just had to use the old guy because that's all they could do. Because they didn't have young Anakin at that point.
But they could have picked anyone to be young Anakin at that point, and it wouldn't have made any sense, I guess. But I'm just saying, then why?
Yeah, it wouldn't have made any sense at all.
Then why?
We would have been like, who's that?
Why is Ben Kenobi still like that British actor? Right? Why is he like 65? Because 72, however old he was.
Because he never went to the dark side. So when he died, he was in already.
I don't know, man. I don't
think he was that vain either.
Also, that like Hayden Christensen moment, like it's no offense.
Yeah, it doesn't fit at all.
You're a good actor. You're a great actor. I've seen you do like lots of really.
It's too friendly. Acting. It's too friendly.
Friendly. It looks like either he's like angry or he's trying to be sexy.
Yeah, but
it's not a happy moment.
No,
I mean maybe that's what your happy moments look like, bro. Like, but sometimes we can't just be ourselves on camera. You know, if you got a weird happy moment, that's just like, you know, do some research, learn how to smile. Joviality is attainable.
No, but
hone your craft.
The awkward part is he like the only part I thought was weird is like he looks over to like Yoda and Obi-Wan and they all smile at each other weirdly, or he like smiles at them or gives them like a grin or something.
That's what I'm saying. He's like,
I know, but that's the weird part. And it's like after everything that just happened.
Yeah, man. No, it's like, you know, you got like primitive bears like doing cartwheels to some fun little music. And then he's just over there like...
Do you think his body... Did his body disappear? Let me rephrase that. Do you think his body disappeared and he only burned his suit? And they just didn't realize?
Maybe, but like he doesn't he give his last breath like while Luke's talking to him?
Yeah, but you know how you had to fade away to become one with the Force?
No, I know that, but that's what I'm saying is they always do that at the point of death.
Do you think his body just stood there?
It was just like, okay, I gotta wait for Luke to leave. This is gonna freak him out.
No, I mean,
or maybe it took him a moment to figure out how to do it.
all the rogues drop, but his body's half robot, so it would just stand there. No one would know he's actually gone.
Maybe, but without a spine or a torso and like leg stumps to hold up the suit, wouldn't like the center of it probably just fold over like a slinky? You know what I mean? Like you'd have like a robot arm and then like
depends on the
robot
armor.
Leg. Yeah, I suppose that's true. It depends on how this stuff's attached. At the very least, I'm sure if I shoved him, he'd do some of that like that Force Unleashed physics.
Yeah. Ragdoll.
You know, like,
Super ragdoll.
Yeah. How's physics is better now, huh? Physics is so much better.
No, they
now.
just stopped putting so much ragdoll and shit. It sucks. But I don't know. I was always so disappointed that like, especially when I was just a little boy, I was just like, take your dad with you, bro. You got him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Then he just fucking died there.
Yeah. None of us get to have fathers. None of us.
Not even
None
him.
of us.
They took Qui-Gon.
Yeah, right? Nice.
You guys won't know what just happened.
No. We just...
I'm gonna edit that out.
Just the sound, though. Just the sound. Keep all this conversation.
I felt really uncomfortable.
I bet. It's not good to keep that in. It's not good. Not good. Alright, I'm going to throw one last little thing in. I really want to go back to that sound design for a quick second.
Yeah. Sorry,
Because in addition to the blue butterflies, which apparently is in contention...
I do want to talk about the sound stuff, too.
But there are moments in the sound design where I swear he's not putting in like a whole bar. It's not like in the other films where like someone's gonna come into picture and it's just and then it goes to like Luke's theme or whatever or the Leia theme. But there's just these notes like at the high point of the Skywalker theme. I swear those three notes appear in this wandering melody when Ahsoka is refusing to train Grogu. Like just at the end, like when she tells them about the meditation stone, and she says to them, maybe someone will hear you. Then again, there's not many of us left. Directly then, it's the three notes from the highest point of the Skywalker theme, the most hopeful moment. It's just those three notes. Yeah, I don't know. I remember it giving me a weird little chill, but I don't know whether I was projecting. Oh, you got the face. What is that? Everybody else's head. Does this look? Hey, this is gonna read horribly. But does this look jovial?
Oh yeah, it's good.
Is this jovial?
Bring it closer, yeah.
Jovial. I'm so happy. There's fucking teddy bears doing cartwheels. We just freed ourselves at the Empire.
Slamming on the mic.
Yeah. It's like. Anyways, that doesn't look happy. It's not a happy face. I don't even that's. No, it's not a happy face.
It's rapey.
Yeah, a little bit. It reminds me. It's like what is that called? It's Meat something.
It's like he tricked. It's like he tricked them all.
Stuff. Oh, that Meat guy. He does Anakin once too. There's like if you look up, it's called Anakin is hard to convince, and then put Meat. Can you do that?
One sec.
But yeah, it's like that kind of goofy. Why? Look at how that's so much better.
I mean, that's pretty goofy fucking too.
It's goofy, but it's like
That's pretty goofy too. What the hell?
Early 1980s goofy. It's not. He doesn't look like he's trying to kill someone.
No, it's consistent with the character. Anakin Skywalker was socially awkward and didn't understand how to interact.
Socially awkward is fine, but there is a.
I smile like that at people by accident all the time.
Yeah, well, if you did that while you're surrounded by dancing teddy bears,
I'm pretty
you'd be the
unapproachable.
creepiest thing in the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. And that's a post.
I accidentally look.
That was him retconning.
I look at people
that
like
was
that
him
all the
retconning.
time. It's horrible. But hey, they gave him the same clothes, which is pretty dope.
Yeah. At least they managed to find an image of the previous person.
I mean, that's a weird comparison. Yeah, sound design.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck. I need the notes now. This is terrible. This is like, if you guys are still watching this, I mean, this must be a really dry.
Who knows
Sunday
what
for
kind
you
of
guys.
edits are going on in this goddamn son of a bitch?
That's true. Can I be a dancing teddy bear?
I don't know if
And
I
then
can
you can
do
make
that.
your awkward smile at me. That'd be good. That would be really good. I would like that.
That's the picture of this.
Yeah, so that's that shit.
That's the title picture of this episode. My face on that, and your head on the Ewok body.
No, it'd be great. It'd be great. You should do that.
I will.
You should do that. That's what I was thinking in my place. Like, I don't have it there anymore. I lent it, but I could get it back. I have this big.
Like, that
projection
looks
screen
so
on the stand.
different
Yeah.
from who they gave
No,
us.
dude, they did they turn around. The audience is there.
Yeah, sorry.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The deepfake's already out, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think you can find a deepfake of it already.
What do you mean deep fake? Oh, like the comparison?
No, like, you never seen those deepfake videos? Where they do Grand Moff Tarkin and, like, a deepfake Grand Moff Tarkin? Or, like,
Grand Moff Tarkin was deep fake.
No, he was CGI'd. Deepfake is this new thing. It's,
Is it?
yeah, there's certain
there it
editing
is.
software.
Fixed.
Yeah, there you go. You'll see it. You'll see it. Watch the music. Edit this out. Don't allow any of
Fuck
that
these
music.
ads. YouTube.
It's not even just that. I don't want to get fucking demonetized like we're monetized. It's
Yeah.
funny. I don't know. That's
Oh,
something
shit.
people I watch say.
Well, like, how do they even put this out?
What's that?
This is the scene.
Yeah, and they redid it.
Trying to see.
Just people. That's what I was talking about earlier. The deep fakes are better than the films. And they're done for free on, like, reasonably acquirable software. You gotta edit out the music, though. Remember, dude, edit out the music.
I can't.
There's no way you can stop.
How did they get it with the music?
I don't think they did.
What do you mean? It's playing in the video.
All right. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Nothing makes sense.
No, it's for monetization, I think. You can put whatever you want, but if you do that later on, you can't monetize it.
I get you.
It's hard to make money.
He looks
during
way more
COVID,
like
okay?
Sebastian Stan. And that walking away part, just so...
Yeah.
Was his hair always that dark? You know?
I felt like it was more blonde, but it's dark in the room. Maybe check out his final fight scene with his father.
Who, Luke?
Yeah. Yeah, when Anakin and Luke battle at the end of Jedi. That'd be probably the closest approximation of hair color, I would think.
Listen. All I'm saying is...
All you're saying is? He's gonna say something, folks.
Hi. Hello. It looks like a soft computer fucked Luke Skywalker's face and then buttered it with his computer cream.
Yeah, it was pretty gentle fucking.
His cheeks were so plump and supple.
Mm-hmm.
His face looked like a baby's bottom.
Maybe that was he was swollen.
And it even looked like it because there was a bunch of brown shit on the top of it. I don't know. It just feels like they made Mark Hamill and Sebastian Stan stick their dicks into a computer and, you know, someone went in there and just mucked around in it like a little puddle.
Yeah. I'm betting Electronic Arts.
Well, they're saying, like, if you watch the gallery thing, like, they're talking about how much they're using video game technology.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just so
we're
funny,
the
too,
best.
for them to just be, like, they're saying it like it's, like, they're, like, the first ones to think about it. That's the best part.
Yeah, no, right.
But it's like they're just the ones who have the money to revolutionize and just jumpstart this whole new... So I guess now they're setting up those studios all over the world. The round, or whatever.
Makes sense.
But
especially in this day and age.
What about the sound? I wanted to say friggin', because you said that they played some of that Luke's notes.
Yeah, they played some of the Skywalker theme just after Ahsoka was talking about. Man, we really get around the point, don't we?
Yeah. But my thing was like they like nailed it because it just like it stood out so much when you, cause especially when you heard it near the end.
Mm-hmm.
But like just the difference of the sound because it's not used because I guess he probably studied the themes and stays away from certain
I would think so,
aspects. Yeah. But it's still like it still hit a part of your brain that activated your like sense memory and like brought you back because like there's certain sounds in movies for me at least where it's like they're forever gonna like it's like I wish I could just hear them. I guess it's a weird ASMR, but through time.
Yeah,
it's not like
you're talking about like the lightsaber sound or like certain orchestral
or like for example like one of the most prominent ones in my entire life is the sound of the like Komodo dragon from The Rescuers Down Under.
Oh yeah.
When she's playing with that egg,
mm-hmm.
Like that whole scene is just like I don't know if I just fell asleep to it all the time as a kid or something.
Could be, yeah. When you're a kid, man, you watch that shit like hundreds of times.
But it's the same with the Star Wars
especially
thing.
Back when it was like videotapes, man. What else are you gonna do?
It's the same with like
no Netflix
Star Wars,
streaming.
like in Rise of Skywalker when they fucking threw in Vader's theme here and there. I was just like, but then they did nothing with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And sometimes they do that stuff, but those are not usually Filoni affiliated entities. I like to think that even though he didn't do the sound direction himself, it would not be outside of the possibility that he gave some cues or some suggestions.
Mm-hmm. Especially some like direction, inspiration wise, like check out these like Kurosawa soundtracks or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially like. Because the way he somehow
there's so much
he blended in Western
like
and
spaghetti Western stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is,
right? Because it's like that. Yeah, the
spaghetti Westerns are.
It's very much like the clippity clop.
Spaghetti Westerns are Italian Westerns.
You know, they're like the standoff music.
Well, he literally said that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's. There's a lot of those inspirations, which is it's really cool to bring it back to that point because that's what George always said, right? Is like, Star Wars is a space opera, but at its heart, it's like it's like a samurai film, it's like a cowboy film. It's about these like nomadic adventurers, and so it's pretty interesting to see those cues being taken literally and being built into like this new sound that I like. Yeah, you're right, man. Somehow infusing dubstep, and also having like these cues from tribal throat singing and like all these different things.
It's almost like,
and it's still cohesive like that.
Well, because I've had a weird problem with the pace of the show. Like it's taking me because I don't trust. It's like one of those things where it's like it's too good to be true. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's very reminiscent of the last couple seasons of Game of Thrones where everything seems to be happening so fast. But then I had to frame the show in my mind as more of a movie, one big movie than an actual show. Because then that's the only way I could make like the constant raising of the bar of the storytelling. You know what I mean? Because normal storytelling, there's like a lot more space to breathe. There was no they were just hyper jumping everywhere. I was thinking about this today, and I want to know how much how do you measure time when you live like that? When you live in no actual hemisphere of time.
Yeah, there's no days. There's no
and how long has this show been going? Within that, you know what I mean? In our realm, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I got really lost on that when I was thinking about it today. I was like, what is time in Star Wars?
Yeah, and I mean, you could just walk into one of those portals and retcon the whole thing if you wanted to, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the whole other, the world between worlds.
Yeah,
Just a whole other thing.
Just like reach in and unplug Palpatine's iron lung at some point. Oh well,
Yeah,
there goes the.
But I just mean, like, how much,
First Order?
how long has he had Grogu? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, was he in hiding for a long time, or did they scoop him up right there? Like, was that, did Anakin scoop him up?
No, I mean, Din.
Oh,
Like the show.
Oh, okay.
Has the show just been like 2 weeks?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, it couldn't have because because Fennec died died, right? Like,
I don't know.
and then didn't Boba didn't have his armor for 5 years?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's part of the story.
What?
Is like Boba didn't have his armor for 5 years.
Who said that?
I thought he said something about not having it for 5 years. Oh, or what's his face? Who was the guy who had it? I just can't think of his name.
Cobb Vanth?
Yeah, Cobb Vanth. Thank you, Cobb Vanth. Yeah, one of the two of them. I remember very clearly, distinctly saying 5 years. So there is a period of time where Boba. Yeah, look it up if you want to. I should probably know this anyways, but I think it's I'm pretty sure it's 5 years that he didn't have his armor. It wasn't like his armor was gone for a week. It was like that dude had been protecting that town for a good long while.
That doesn't make sense. So then who found her?
What do you mean?
Who found Fennec?
Well, he found Fennec.
Who? Cobb?
Yeah. No, Boba.
But whoever found her was wearing Boba's armor.
I guess I figured that like 5 year period had sort of taken place like throughout the series, like from the point that you see Boba in his armor and she dies as her like internal organs.
It could have been 5
and
years.
replaced.
Din and Grogu would have been talking if they had been together for 5 years.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why I think it's 5 years. I think it's 5 years. Though.
That's a long time, dude.
It is a long time. This is not my phone, so I cannot look it up. Look it up. You got two devices now. How long did Boba not have his armor? I'm gonna play with your lightsaber.
Because my theory with Boba and his armor.
Yes, homo.
Because my theory with Boba and his armor is that he found Fennec and then he traded it to the Jawas so they would give her some robot guts.
Yeah, that was the theory that I was working on.
And then Cobb got it off them. But then also, how long was he... Yeah, see?
Because what else would he have that like he could trade for that? It's his ship.
Yeah. To fix her, yeah.
And what else?
See, that's...
and like, does Cobb say? Does he say like... I
don't know.
Does he say how long he's had the armor? Does he say like how he got? Does he say how he got it? Does he say like?
Yeah, he got it from the Jawas.
He got it from the Jawas. So the Jawas, I don't know. Did Jawas have like medical technology for human physiology?
Probably.
All right, everybody's gonna watch how poorly I one finger type on an Apple device.
Fuck, I had something else. Right, this was like a random thing, but that stormtrooper from I think it was the Meditation Stone episode, but one of the stormtroopers had that orange epaulet thing or whatever. Yeah, so that I'm pretty sure it's the orange one, but the orange one was a mistake. Like, it was a misprint, and it was like a misprint toy.
And then later they made it out to be a rank in the military.
Yeah, I thought that was so sick, but then they had it again. Keep giving on my back, my bad.
Yeah, man, you gotta cheat it out. It's all those years in professional adult film. It's just second nature to me now. Just gotta cheat that angle. Yeah. It's what do they say about comedy? It's funny because it's true. Yeah. The Marshal, Human Male, Battle of Endar, Voth.
I can edit a bunch of this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. You're fucking gonna have to.
I had a good point.
Filming, so I don't know why I'm looking for it like I'm gonna fucking find it. So I guess we'll find out when we stop filming. But I still got an hour like
The girl power
fairness.
scene.
Acquiring the Mandalorian armor. The only thing we give a shit about. God, man. It's
Luke looks like video game.
Arrive at the border, the Jawa scavengers for droids, weapons, money, equipment, greeting. Charu Vanth identified the representative as an off-worlder. After Agwin asked how Vanth knew, the sheriff told the Red Key employee that he looked too clean and did not know how the Jawas know that the Jawas worked on rapport. Char insisted he did not have time to build rapport with Jawas and expressed the thought of visiting Mos Pelgo instead. Vanth agreed in the town that the town or the spaceport Mos Espa could help. Blah blah. Thought that might lead somewhere. It's literally the paragraph about the Mandalorian armor. How about how we got it? How about just that? Fucking Fando.
We got it from the Jawas. We know that.
Yeah, no.
The
But I mean, like,
Jawas.
where'd it go?
Got it from the Jawas.
Asked for sheriff's name.
Got it
Jawas
from
promised
the
that both he and
Jawas.
Charu had credits. 2 Jawas led the pair to the room containing the droid's weapons and the wreckage. Okay, so he got all that stuff. I had the Mandalorian armor, wanted to bring the Movellan. Vanth made note on his desire to take the armor with him instead. Charu shut down Vanth, and the sheriff revealed his title to the Red Key employees as Adwin then threatened to draw his blaster. Vanth drew his own and shot the representative in the shoulder. After explaining his disgust to the Red Key raiders, the sheriff claimed he was bringing law to this lawless place. That's not helpful. How did the Jawas get the fucking armor? I'm not gonna see that.
Yeah, so he definitely traded his armor to get her fixed.
Do we know that definitively?
No, we do not. No, but I don't know how else, unless he's like a fucking robot doctor. I mean, there's probably lots of them on Tatooine.
Yeah, I would expect.
But also, I don't think he'd be going to anyone too serious, so Jawas seemed like the best way to keep his namesake out of the thing.
Yeah, I guess, you wouldn't want to get too involved with that stuff, especially
So-
if you have any old grudges.
So if he has his shit too, he hasn't just been hanging around Tatooine. Which is just like, unless he has been. Wait, no, he hasn't, because
Oh, yeah,
he
because...
would have just taken the throne if he was.
Yeah. So did he lose it when he was in the Sarlacc pit? But then who the fuck was in that other scene? Yeah. Customized Mandalorian armor. The armor fell into Boba's possession after Jango killed the battle. Boba went on to paint the armor distinctive colors. It was his bounty hunting career. Eaten alive by Sarlacc, his armor was scavenged by Jawas.
What?
Although Boba survived being eaten by a Sarlacc, his armor was scavenged by Jawas who sold it to Cobb Vanth. That doesn't make any sense. Because, like, earlier in The Mandalorian, we see him, right?
We see the feet with the spurs walking up to her.
And it's just the spurs. We don't see any other indications.
Unless that was supposed to be Cobb Vanth, which doesn't make
Because it's the suit, right? Like, he doesn't... You can see here, though, he doesn't have any spurs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he put the spur boots back on.
Mm.
We're going to have to rewatch that episode, clearly.
Yeah, and it's just like, that's like
See
such
where
a,
the Cobb
that's
Vanth
such a
has the spurs.
but it's such a signifying sound. It's like the only sound he made in the original movie.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, and she has a life debt to him, not to Cobb Vanth.
Yeah, and so he found her dressed up like a sand person. How did he get her to safety? How did, like, did she just, well, she's a famous bounty hunter in her own right. She's probably pretty wealthy. If she could get to a terminal, it might have just been the him saving her life part, like him getting her to the place.
Yeah, but she had a bounty out on her, so she's like, it's like being wanted and using your debit card.
She had a bounty on her?
Yeah, that's why she got killed.
No, I thought she got shot by the other bounty hunter guy. Remember the like beginner dude?
Yeah.
He was trying to make a name for himself.
There was a bounty out on him.
No, it was a bounty on the Mando.
But they were bountying up for her.
Oh right, yeah, that's ostensibly why they were going there in the first place. Sorry, I was already on the she's part of the group train.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
I don't really like. I liked her. Like, I don't know. Her character's whatever. She didn't really do much.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, because she's written like that.
So you could say that about any character, man.
Yeah.
That's literally the nature of characters. They're written in and they
Well,
become
it's just I don't know why she's I don't know why she's good at it.
I don't know why are any of the assassins good at anything they do.
Well, we know why Boba is.
Yeah, but he's the only one. Why's Bosk? Well, I know why IG-88 is.
I don't know
Don't
his
know
backstory.
technically the specific
I don't know his
IG-88 referenced
backstory.
in that. Yeah, me either. Maybe we should learn more about him. Just can't get into Bosk, eh? I think I did. Because I definitely read the Bounty Hunter's book.
He's the lizard one.
Yeah, he's the guy in the spacesuit.
Yeah, just
in the
like
lineup. The lizard in a spacesuit. Yellow guy.
yeah, no.
Yeah, I should know more about that. But because I read the book, man. I remember reading the really interesting IG-88 story. I think I talked to you about that, right? Where it was like a specific one that had managed to outlast and endure, and then he started building
them all.
Yeah, he started building his own sort of collective.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't remember Bosk's at all. And I'm pretty sure Boba's is defunct now. There's aspects of it that are like in contradiction with
What's going on now?
with the canon, yeah, with the official Disney Star Wars universe. Is that what it's called? The DSU? DSW?
I think that sunk.
Yeah.
I think that one died already.
Yeah, maybe.
Let the past die.
Oh.
Tell it if you have to.
Yeah, that's like I said, man. That's why I show people the Laserdisc version.
Oh.
If you don't like something, ignore it. Watch the original, or hope for something to retcon the crap out of it, so you don't ever have to see it.
When I first saw it,
Yeah,
I just hope he.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was the coolest shit that the dude had a shirt that was just sleeves tied together.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's a good look.
Damn,
it's a good look, man.
that's balls.
It's a good look.
All right, should we wrap this up?
Yeah, it seems like it's petering off a little bit. I feel like we got enough content there. We should probably do some sort of a.
All the times, and the shit we lost, and
I know it's brutal.
my brain needs to rework because it's like even like I have thoughts I didn't say, but I've forgotten them.
Yeah.
You know, now it's just that itching in my brain of like.
See, that's what happens when you ignite the green.
Yeah. What do you mean? Oh.
See, that's exactly what happened. Before he ignited the green, he would have understood what I meant, like instantly. I'm right there with you, man. My meanderings. I was doing figure eights around the fucking the sound composition stuff, and then I just gave out this whole thing. I was thinking about like all the different reasons.
It's so hard to recapsulate a thought.
Why Din is like the perfect candidate for the president, like the leader of Mandalore.
Jon Snow.
Yeah, it's like, well, no, but he has that lineage though.
Yeah.
I don't think that like being Jon Snow.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the actual blood.
Yeah,
sorry, spoiler alert again. Don't watch this show if you don't want spoilers, because we're just not together.
That's his dark saber of it all.
But I mean, he wasn't born to lead.
Yeah.
Like Jon Snow was actually like the Baratheon family, and wow, I'm just see.
Yeah, but he wasn't born.
I've also been igniting the green.
And I keep just blocking the camera completely.
Yeah. You want to put your shoulder over my face too? We can just check out your back the whole time. He's so wide. Look at this shit. Anyways,
no.
Yeah,
no. It's just, I just think.
Yeah. I think that about wraps it up. I also think.
No, it's like the dark saber's like it was like that for him now, because being Mandalorian just automatically means you're born into it. It's like just by being Mandalorian gives you that birthright.
I guess I just thought, like, as a child of the Watch, he's not necessarily of the same kind of, like, kingly stuff as your comparison to Jon Snow.
Yeah, not at all. No.
But
I just mean in the reluctance.
Yeah, definitely in that aspect for sure, and in the like, in the like sort of overarching like goodness. Like even if he makes mistakes, he doesn't make mistakes because he's being selfish or cruel. He makes mistakes because he's human, and that happens in the chaos of life sometimes.
What if he does? It's the thing though. What if he does go evil though? Here's the thing. It's like.
You think Din's gonna go evil? He's gonna make everyone wear the helmet. See, I told you, he's gonna make everyone wear the helmet.
No, I'm just saying, like, what if, like,
we'll never see
he's only ever really survived. Mm-hmm. He's never actually like stopped to live life. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he just doesn't actually know who he is yet.
This is true. Yeah, he's making compromises. I'll give you that. He's definitely already making compromises.
Well, it's like, I don't know, I have these moments a lot, especially recently with like a lot of research I'm doing. And it's like what I call the Shutter Island moment. Where like,
where you realize.
Spoiler alert, the end of Shutter Island. Make you feel like you smoked some salvia or some shit. Because he goes through this whole thing trying to solve this like, this murder case or this mystery, this detective guy. And then he goes through this whole entire thing just to figure out that he's actually a patient.
Yeah.
Of the mental institution he's been at investigating.
Yeah, this is his psychosis. This is why he's here.
Yeah.
Right.
And it just like, that did my head in so much.
Yeah, that was a good one. And thankfully, no one spoiled it for me. Like, good luck trying to have been the original.
It sent me into fucking. I was like,
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of those moments in real life, and it's just so maybe he'll have one. Like I think he's slowly having one of those, but maybe we'll see how far it will go.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, okay, so he acknowledges that he will take his helmet off for the purpose of trying to find his friend. And then he took his helmet off again to connect for the first and last time through actual direct eye contact and communication. Yeah, how can you do that? And then, like, what? Like, you walk into another relationship with, like, a meaningful friendship or, like, a romance? Mm-hmm. And you're just like, no, I'm not taking off my helmet, though, baby. Yeah, I also don't take off my socks. Like, it's yeah, that part. Yeah, so he's making he's making some different choices. He's learning some new things, and his instinct in that moment was to remove his helmet so he could really connect with people. So yeah, I guess I mean, next season could be excellent. I hope you guys strap in, because it's probably going to be a whole lot more of like insurmountable odds and spaceships arriving at the last second to save them.
Let's hope not. Come on, I'm telling you, the Thrawn thing, you can take it. We will not sue you. If Thrawn is the first subversion of that, I think that's just desserts. If there's one person in the entire galaxy who would not allow some dipshit to just swoop in and save the people he's trying to collect, corrupt, or destroy, no, he'd already have planned for that. Dude, one thing. Someone had to have used the Force to turn Boba's missile when he was aiming at that shit.
You think so?
There's no... It doesn't...
You sure it's not a joke?
I rewatched it.
You're shouldering the camera.
Yeah.
Lean with your other shoulder. I got this arm out. It's the thinner of the two arms, man, but this is just the convention. So I wish we could have good side and good arm.
This is the thing.
Wish we could have conversations and reactions.
So I watched it a couple times, and it's like he's aiming at the other one. It doesn't make like, and I even watched the trajectory of the missile, and it doesn't like.
Did Grogu do it?
I don't know, or Force or something. Someone. It just seemed like someone was just like, because he even says, they're like, nice shot. He's like, I was aiming for the other one. Like, he wasn't lying.
I thought he was joking. I thought
No,
I thought that was
because
like-
you saw his targeting system. He was aiming for that one.
Oh.
And I don't know if it's just like he has some super smart algorithm inside of his targeting system that was
a
like
heat-seeking thing or something.
no, that was like actually if we were reading 2 spacecrafts, if you hit the other, I don't think it's that smart of technology.
And also, that's a big assumption. It's a
Yeah.
moral assumption. What if
Yeah.
you're trying to take out one ship and not the other one?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I think there's more to that scene than we're putting on.
Is Grogu up on the stone when that happens?
Yeah. Yeah. He is. So
Also could have been Luke.
or whoever.
Who
Dude,
knows at what point Luke,
I don't even know if-
Luke connected with him.
Dude,
if
I
he
think-
just heard
I think
what
it
that
might have
looks
been-
like or sounds
if
like.
the butterflies were there, he was probably talking to Anakin, who then talked to Luke.
Well, see, that's the thing I was getting at, man. Before you were like, I don't know, it's totems or maybe nothing.
Yeah.
I was reading a thing where they were talking about like what if it was Anakin talking to Grogu directly
Mm-hmm.
and trying to like pair him up with his son and be like, yeah, you have a lot of these
It
things.
would make sense because he's trying to make up for all the bullshit, for all the younglings he fucking killed.
Yeah, right.
And he might have been there
I'm telling you, I think he
when
definitely
he got
would have
taken out of
known.
the temple.
Definitely would have known.
Yeah.
You know, unless the Emperor walked in himself and like grabbed him, put him under the rope, like and like skirted off somewhere.
She might have.
No. May have
Might have done that.
put him in some weird like force trance.
Yeah, I was just gonna say just put him down and put him in one of those forced jail cell things.
Or he would have passed the fuck out if they just did like a little lightning exchange or something. Because Grogu's well, maybe Grogu could hold his punch above his weight back then.
He gets so sleepy.
He could be like fine. Yeah, that's what I mean though. He might have been finally honed back then though, right? Like, you
I
think
don't
about-
know. Because the guy can barely fucking walk.
Yeah, but like if you look at the history of it, historically, pretty much everybody but Vader gets real tired when they do a lot of force shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, Yoda does it and then he fucking dies. Like you were
Yoda-
saying, he just kind of rolls over. He's
Yoda
like,
got the
too
most tired.
old.
But that
Too
like,
old am
I
I.
can't remember where I heard this or read it.
I know
but
it's a bad imitation.
I can't remember where I heard it or read it, but it's like
I'll work on it.
maybe the Force is more a part of Yoda's species. So maybe when they use it, it actually uses more of a part of it.
Sort of like being low in iron. You kind of
Literally, yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Low on Force.
Because, yeah, I mean, granted, there could be an entire planet of them that we just don't know about yet. But so far, it's just Yoda and Yaddle, right?
If there is a planet of
And
them,
they're
they're
two of-
probably like they
two of the
probably don't have
most
space
powerful.
travel.
What's that?
If there is, they probably don't have space travel.
Yeah, that was his like traditional living habitat. Just like back to basics.
Or it's like in the one comic book series, I forget what it's fucking called, but they have like this. It's the most fantastical comic series, but there's a forest that grows tree rockets,
Tree rockets.
rocket ship trees.
I've definitely not seen that.
Yeah, so it's literally just every tree is a rocket ship. You just fucking fly.
Where is this?
Yeah.
This is not an actual thing. You're making up this thing.
No, it's from a comic book. I just forget what's. Yeah, my memory's garbage.
Mm.
In Star Wars mode. But yeah, that's one other thing where it's like I was rewatching that episode today and like it stuck out in my head, like just what they said, how they said it, and just what happened, and then rewatching it, like paying actual attention. It's like, yeah, there's something happened there that we all just overlooked.
Well, because I mean, he was sitting on the stone, and then the butterfly, he's like, you know, and then the thing sort of like floated away, and then he like started rubbing this section of the stone, and then the next time you see him, like 3 seconds later, he's like, right? So yeah, I don't know. It just seems like directly he sees the butterfly. Before that, he's like, oh.
And did you see like the figures that were up there?
The figures?
Yeah.
Do you mean on the stones? Or like, was there something in the sky, you mean?
No, like when they showed it off in the distance and it looked like there was someone standing there.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I interpreted that as being the tip of one of the stones.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Really? The angle that it's at, it looks like it's that thing. I saw three people mention that. It could be accurate.
It's too small. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense for the angle of the rocks.
So-
for it to be a black shadow, like... Because I actually watched it when I was
So you
watching
think
the
it's
episode.
Anakin's Force Ghost?
I don't know what I think it is, but I don't think it's, like... I wish someone could prove to me it was the top of those rocks.
Maybe it's that demon from Paranormal Activity.
I hope not. It's not good.
You caught it.
But no, it would make sense.
Watch out for those grandmas. If you have like a weird step grandmother, yeah, she's gonna murder you and take your child. So you just watch out for your nephew. It's that lady upstairs. You don't know. You don't know who her mother is.
But I think, yeah, I just think that was some meddling, for sure.
Something. But I mean, you know, like, it could technically even be the Emperor. Fucking went to Tatooine into like a fucking slave quarter and midichlorianed a baby into her. Like, what?
What do you mean? The missile?
What?
The Emperor turned the missile?
Are you talking about the missile trees?
I'm talking about the missile I just brought up about Boba Fett.
Yeah, you're talking about the missile, but then you're talking about that shadow on the fucking the stone.
Yeah.
I'm not saying maybe it was the Emperor.
I don't think he can do that.
No?
I don't think the light side of the Force would allow that.
Allow it. The light side of the Force allowed Anakin Skywalker to be Jesus virgin birthed into some lady. Right? Like Shmi Skywalker didn't get like Palpadick.
Yeah, but
She got Palpa.
he's not a Jedi.
Chlorian.
He's not a Jedi.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he couldn't communicate with Grogu. Like in physical person, maybe. Or in some sort of other... Because he can communicate with people across the galaxy.
Yeah, with his holograms.
Oh, that's valid. Yeah.
I've never seen him communicate any other way.
Yeah, you're right. He's never... Yeah, I don't remember him ever talking directly to Anakin from a distance with, like, thoughts or anything. That's a good point.
Like, yeah, like the Force... The dark side of the Force...
Maybe he was really there, man.
It works inadvertently the other way.
He did see... He had Force vision, and he saw that they were going to do that, you know. And so he just showed up on the planet beforehand.
No, but I'm saying that rocket was pretty fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. Could be Grogu. Or it could be Luke. Could be Luke trying to protect Grogu. Right? Trying to, like, help them out. Make sure that the new Empire, you know, like if he's seeing, oh, this dude's here, and there's all this, like, energy happening, right? And then there's, like, the dark saber energy. I don't know if you can read that or not at that distance. There's, like, all kinds of turmoil going around this this tiny... they don't have a name, do they, for the species?
Who?
Yoda's species? No. Yeah, it's just Yoda, Yaddle, and Grogu, right? Yeah, so like they don't really cover that. It could be anything. Like literally, Luke could have been in on it the whole time. He already knew who he was. Clearly, he knew what he looked like. He walked into the room and was like, "Yeah, that's him. That's him. Come with me, little one." So yeah, he could have reached out and like redirected Boba's rocket. Although that'd be pretty funny considering like the rivalry, right? Like not really filmed, but having been written in previous, script write-ups, the Luke and Boba, literally because of the fucking
Boba and Han were enemies.
Yeah, but Luke was the reason why he ended up in the Sarlacc pit, and George wrote.
Man.
Luke to be
that
like
scene,
I was saying before. George wrote Luke
that whole
to be
scene was so sweaty.
adversarial. Yeah,
I don't even know. Like he kind of just fell.
No, he totally bumped him, and he was like, "Oh!"
Like, dude, it was rough, not good.
Yeah,
No, it was.
They didn't really do the fight training back then.
Someone stabbed his jetpack.
Yeah, but I thought it was. Did somebody fire at his jetpack? I thought it was.
they stabbed it with something.
I thought that the saber came in contact with it, and then it fucked up, and he like went flying off.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, they didn't really do the same kind of level of fight training you have to do nowadays.
They could.
No, well, they could have, but they would have had to hire non-white people, probably, right? Like a lot of this stuff is a lot of kung fu choreographers and things like that. And then back then, what would a choreographer of a kung fu be? It'd be like Bruce Lee.
I don't think they would have a problem with that.
I'm just saying, like, he's not a swordsman. They didn't do a lot of that back then, man. You didn't see a lot of that choreography being done like that. So.
I think he would have though. It's just
I don't think he was opposed to it.
it's just
maybe.
people felt so silly making Star Wars that
Yeah, and it was early too. Although he did hire linguists to build the languages. So I mean, the fact that he didn't hire, like, he hired basically stage choreography from like theater. A lot of them were classically trained, right? Like fuck, what's the guy that played Ben Kenobi? Why can't I think of his name right now? What's wrong with me? I'm so sorry. So sorry. Oh my god, Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
Alec Guinness. God. I'm so glad I got on camera that I didn't like skulk away somewhere and then come back and try and like that would be embarrassing. But yeah, these are like classically trained British actors. I think they probably had a lot of like stage fight choreography.
they hated it.
Did they? I didn't know that.
Alec Guinness hated the entire thing.
Oh really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. I knew Harrison Ford.
I'm pretty
was
sure
a fan.
Alec Guinness was the guy whose wife was dying too while it was happening.
Oh really? I did not hear that.
Or there was some story, it was either his wife was dying or she was already dead and he would bike every day to give her flowers or something.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
But he hated having to sit because they were all the shit in Tatooine was in the desert. Everyone had fucking diarrhea. Did you not watch the documentary?
I've seen a bunch of the documentaries. I didn't hear anything about them having diarrhea.
Oh,
I
dude,
guess they didn't include that in the ones that I watched when I was a kid.
Well, I'm just saying, like, they're all in, like, the South American place where the food was just fucking them all up
Oh yeah.
constantly.
Yeah, it'd be different spices, especially back then
Yeah.
for them. And yeah, any water source, like, you should really be not using ice cubes.
Yeah.
Which again, if you're in the desert, you probably want ice cubes if you can get them.
Alright, but let's wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah. So this has been an interesting experiment.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep doing it. I'm not gonna apologize for you, but I'm sorry.
What?
No, I'm just saying, like, I guess, yeah, you're gonna edit it and it'll look good, but like,
It won't look good.
from my perspective, we've been doing this for a long time, and we've been through a lot of technical difficulties. So
Too many.
Too many.
They turned this into, I don't even know how much footage we have now.
Dude, this video alone's got to be at least 50 minutes, I bet.
Oh shit. This might be...
Might be a little difficult to get this particular file onto your editing suite.
We'll make a drive.
We'll
It'll be
figure it
fine.
out. We'll figure it out. And at this point, obviously, we already have. Or this is some kind of weird... what do you call that? Where you put the thing under the ground and you don't see it for like 20 years?
The time capsule.
Time capsule. There we go. See, it's not just Star Wars stuff. Sometimes I can't remember my own name. So rest assured, I do know the thing somewhere. It's rattling around.
And moving forward, L0R3H0Rz is meant... Yeah, we love Star Wars, and this was our first episode, but we're not going to just cover Star Wars. We'll pretty much cover whatever we want.
Yeah, like whatever we care about, whatever's fun or interesting or draws us.
Whatever kind of lore we want a horror for, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. We just need those little bites, those little tidbits.
You know, maybe we'll talk about new shows, because there's so many new shows right now, and like, this will also give me a place to process them better, instead of just fucking
For sure. Just
gobbling them up and shitting them back out.
yeah, and there's so many. Yeah, there's like, how many series we have now officially confirmed?
Oh, Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant in general.
Oh yeah, I was just saying in Star Wars in general, like Star Wars specifically. There's tons of content.
I don't even know. That's...
But yeah, like some I don't know if you're gonna intercut any of those weird like shots we were doing earlier, but you'll see. There's just like, yeah, we watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like, I'd love to talk about, like, Raised by Wolves.
I don't
That
know
new
that
shit. Yeah, the new one. Like, I just downloaded Tenet. Need to watch that.
Yeah, we need to watch that for sure. Definitely need to watch that for sure.
Even Eric Andre, like, all of it.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
of
all
it.
of it.
But, yes, maybe we'll call y'all the Laureates. We'll figure it out as
Laureates.
we
I like that. I like that.
go. And, yeah.
Or you could be our hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lore horses.
Yep. The lore horsemen of the apocalypse.
I'm gonna have to make... I'm making some kind of logo. It's gonna be, like, a horse, for sure. The lore horse. But, yes. You can hit me up. Instagram at Nicholas Ridiculous, www.nicholasridiculous.ca, www.underbellysociety.com, www.dimebagcrew.ca, at dimebagcrew, at Underbelly Society. And if you're gonna get out in the world, you better be goddamn worthwhile.
at the moment, I'm available only here. We'll put the links down there, and if I find some sort of social media I want to share, it will probably go over my voice. But we're probably
I'll probably lay shit.
Yeah, it'll just be over my head.
I'll lay shit around.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. All right.
This has been Lord Horse. We out.
We out. We're gonna do like a big high five. Is that what that was? Can we do one of the ones from the kids game show? I mean, it's supposed to be the clap. But can we do the A-frame high five? Like you're my older brother. Yeah, right. And we just won a Bosch and Long set. Yeah. And some LA lights, baby. Another one, all right.
We out.